So in our comic book month, which I'm very stoked about, and I saw the stuff that you guys were working on with Lee and with Naylene last week, the surfer dude with whatever looked awesome. So I'm very excited about this month and doing a whole theme thing that we're all working on. I think it's pretty awesome. And today we're going to be concentrating on gesture drawing. So while we were working on story last week and kind of like characters and what are our characters like and personalities and stuff like that, and then kind of storyboarding thumbnails, today we're going to get into some fundamentals where we're going to concentrate more on the like actual proportions of things, because that's very key to when you're drawing comic books, whether it's made up characters that are cartoons or it's more you know, real life style characters like Captain America, stuff like that. This is key to fundamentals. So today is gesture drawing, and and I think for some of you who have done gesture drawing with me before, we're going to do it in the same kind of format where we're going to have 15 seconds to draw a pose, and then we'll do a series of those, and then we'll do a little bit longer in 30 seconds. And then I have some of my favorite Chuck Jones character maquettes that we'll spend about 5 minutes on, 10 minutes on each, sketching those out and getting as much detail in as we can, right? So the whole idea of when you're out gesture drawing, which is whether you're drawing nature or, you know, people, stuff, animals, stuff like that, it's getting quick proportions down. And I'm going to show you guys one of my I have one of Chuck's sketches, and some of you have seen this already from his sketchbook, and it's gesture drawings. So it's pretty cool. So anyway, without further ado, we're going to start with Superbugs, and the fantastic, super talented Scott Ryder is going to flip that for us. So we're going to watch Superbugs, and then we're going to come back to do gesture drawing. So with that, Scott, take it away. Yes, it's one of my all-time favorites. I love Superbugs. It is a Chuck Jones film. And why would I show that for gesture drawing? Because in all of those moments that Chuck's crew was animating, you can see Bugs in all of his various poses, right? And the characters. And what Chuck would say from the very beginning when he was in animation, right, was the better you can do in drawing your fundamentals, the better you can do in your cartooning. So with that in note, I've got one of Chuck's pieces. And before I say that, Sophie, this came in the mail today. Thank you very much. Someone got their stickers. So what I wanted to show you, this is an original. So if I can get camera down, this is an original Chuck Jones, and this is from his sketchbook, right? When was this from? This was from, I don't even know what time, back in the 40s or 50s. I think 50s, because that's his grandson. So this is gesture drawing, right? And to give you an idea, this was just Chuck, and he was at the beach, and maybe he had a minute, maybe he had 30 seconds, and that was it. And he had to capture these poses down, right? And so this would kind of help him out when he was doing some characters drawings later, or just maybe in his actual drawings for real life stuff. And this gave an idea of proportion, how the character bends or the person bends and all that kind of stuff. So this is very cool. This is one of my treasured pieces. So this is part of my collection of Chuck Jones stuff. All right, now what we're going to do today is, you can see there's I have three different cameras today. And oh yeah, don't worry, the host doesn't get angry if you chat. So I've got three cameras today. I've got one trained on the figure, so that you guys can see that. It says Ben's iPad. And that's what we're going to be gesture drawing. So I figure it's easier. Last time I was holding up a thing and then we were going. So this time I have a trained camera on that. I'm going to be sketching with you live, and I'm going to be doing it off, instead of, even though it's right here, I'm going to be doing it off my camera in the front. And we're just going to be getting down poses really quick. So our first one are we're going to do 8 sets of 15 seconds. Scott.
Ben, real quick, Laya has her hand up.
Yes. Oh, I think she's on mute. Lie, honey, I can't hear. Are you unmuted?
Maybe type in the chat if your microphone isn't working.
Yeah, go ahead and pop something in the chat. So here's what I need to do. Scott, I'm gonna need your help, because my phone is currently on the drawing board. I need you to count us at 15 seconds and tell us when we're done. Can you do that for me, buddy?
Sure.
You're the best.
Let me hold on. Let me set a timer here. Add timer 15 seconds. All right.
All right, so here we're gonna do 15 seconds. And I'll just reiterate one more time. I see the chats. I don't mind if you guys chat. You guys are always pretty good about that. Here's what we're gonna do, 15 seconds, and that's it. So you can see Ben's iPad. Scott's gonna highlight that. Go ahead and do that right now, Scott, if you don't mind. So we're gonna Ben's iPad.
Yeah, it's not going over to it.
Figure. So when you get ready, buddy.
There it is.
All right, there we go. So when we get this, I'm going to say go. You got 15 seconds to draw it. Then we're going to stop and we're going to reset. The idea is this is just somebody walking, or it's a very quick thing. And how fast are we going to be able to get those movements and proportions down? So, Scott, are you ready?
Ready.
On your mark, get set, go. Doesn't have to take up the whole page also, so you don't have to worry about that. Try to get down as much as you can. 15 seconds it's even going to go by for me quick. And I don't even know how much time we have left. So
that's it.
That's it. All right, that's it. Done. How much did you get done? I got maybe his upper torso. All right, so it went away just like that. All right, we're gonna bend again, and I'm not gonna show you what we're doing. All right, I'm gonna bend again. Here we go, and legs up, figure down, on your mark, get set, go. Look how fast 15 seconds went last time. I guarantee you it's going to go by just as fast now. Get as much down as you can. It's okay if it looks like scribbles, because the whole idea you saw in Chuck's is to get good night. That's it. All right, time's up. Whoop, there it goes. Oh. All right, this is a dramatic pose. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Remember basic shapes. Just get your basic shapes down. That's all you need. Torso, kind of get those legs down. We've got an arm coming this way.
That's it.
Good. Whoop, gone. Oh. This is exhausting.
Very dramatic.
Isn't it dramatic? It's very dramatic. All right. We're going for the Superman pose, sort of, because the torso doesn't bend exactly. All right, set, go. So you can see, like, even on this, like where the elbow comes up to the head, and then the torso bends down. And then, is that it? Seriously? That's it? Isn't this ridiculous? It's absurd. Whoever came up with this, they should be fired. All right. We're going to do, oh, I know what we're going to do. I think I have this right. Who knows the YMCA? Ready? All right. We're all the village people. On your mark, get set, go. Notice that the hands too. So there's little eccentricities.
Spines don't work like that.
What?
Time's up.
Time's up.
In the comments. Spines don't work like that.
No, they don't. All right, I am going to bend the figure again. All right, this is like pantomiming. Are you ready? On your mark, get set, go. All right, I think spines work like this, so we should be good. Although your hips might. You guys are gonna have to wait. All right. Time's up. All right, how many do we have left? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. We have 2 more. This person is very upset. This would be my mom when I did not pick up my room like I was supposed to, or my wife when I did not Wash the dishes. I only rinse them, and they are still food. On your mark, get set, go. Hands at the hips. Look how the elbows bend. Notice that they bend about where the rib cage would be. And he vanishes. All right. One more 15-second pose. I'm just going to let you know, unless you're double jointed, I don't think this works. So here we go. Let's see if we can move this around. There we go. On your mark, notice the legs also. On your mark, get set, go. 15 seconds. It looks slightly painful. All right. Legs to one side. That's it. All right. Scott, come back to me for a second. So, how fast did that go for everybody? Did time just zip, right? And if you figure, when you're outside, right, when you're drawing natural life stuff, maybe you have that much time. Maybe you don't even have that much time. And the whole idea is to train yourself to pick up on movement, poses, that kind of thing very quickly. A really good example, and our zoos are now open here, is I like to go to the zoo and sketch people and animals. So that kind of gives you a good chance to get some good gesture drawing down. All right, so now we're gonna move to 30 seconds. We're gonna do 4 30-second drawings of our dude here, all right? Which means you can get a little bit more. And I'm not worried about lighting right now. We will be working on that in a moment. But wouldn't it be weird if you looked like that? Yeah, we're gonna do that. Okay, so I'm not gonna totally give you the whole thing away. All right, ready? So we
30
have
seconds.
30 seconds. 30 seconds. I cannot move the knee. That's okay. On your mark, get set, go. All right, 30 seconds. Now, even though you have a little bit more time, I would highly recommend you get your basic shapes down quickly first. Then as you have that complete, you can go back in and fill in some detail. Otherwise, if you try to do too much detail at once, you're going to find you run out of time very quickly. So just get your basic shapes down.
Hands up.
Hands up. See, I didn't even get my foot in. All right. Let's do, this person's going to be lounging. All right. We're going to put this in here like so. All right. I can't like lay this thing down, but that's okay. On your mark, get set, go. Notice the figure is leaning back to one side, back and to the right. So if you have time in your figure drawing, you can go in and make sure you got that lean in there. And where the feet sit. All right, I heard that. Okay, that would be the I'm hungry and scratching my head. That would be, this is the eating, patting my head and chewing, no, patting my stomach. I don't know what that is. That's I'm hungry. That's what that is. All right. I'm going to do 2 more of these. This is the Vanna White pose for all of you. Does anybody in here, aside from Scott and myself and maybe Judy, know who Vanna White is? Please tell me yes. She's still on TV. All right, ready? On your mark, set, go. And Judy, I'm not assuming that you watch Wheel of Fortune, but I think you, me, and Scott, there might be a couple more. All right. There we go. Get that pose down. Look at how the hands sit. Notice one hand is palm up. The other one is palm in. Thumbs up. All right. One more. Okay, here we go. This is the run and jump the hurdles while you're doing a, hey, what's the character's name? Kate Winslet from Titanic. What's her name? Is it Rose? Anybody?
Rose?
Scott. Is it Rose? All right. This is the Rose arms wide pose while she's jumping hurdles. On your mark, get set, go. Look at that. Arms wide, just like she's on the deck of the Titanic. Jack is behind her, holding her there, and she is dreaming of jumping hurdles, not the railing. Look at how the foot sticks up. Look at how the foot kicks to the side on that back foot. My proportions are totally off.
That's it.
All right, that's it. Okay, so 30-second poses. How did that feel? If you would like to express your displeasure with this, you may do so now. All right, so here we go. We're gonna do. We're gonna switch to 2-minute poses. And now here's the deal. This is what I want you to concentrate on. I'm only going to tell you to sketch a certain part of said mannequin, right? So for this, we're only going to do torso. Torso means we're only going to do from like right here. So this little notch here and up, upper body. And here's what I want you to consider. Once you get your rough lines down, there is going to be lighting on this. So I want you to shade a little bit because there are like little facets in this face and stuff like that. I want you to look at the shading. So you have 2 minutes. We're only going to do 2 of these. And then we're going to get into some 5-minute sketches using Daffy, Bugs, Elmer, and Porky. All right. And those are going to be a little bit longer, so you have a little bit more time. So hands together. Oh, maybe it's cold outside. I'm not sure. I don't know about you, but if you're in California, apparently it's boiling. Here it dropped to 50 some degrees last night. And if you're in Colorado, you had a 70-degree swing and you're going to get snow, which I don't envy. All right, here we go. We're going to twist a little to the side. So remember, I only want from here, the ball here, right? Kind of almost where the hips are and up. So that includes arms. So that's all I want you to concentrate on and consider lighting. So you have 2 minutes. On your mark, get set, go. Look at the angle. There is shading in this, right? So you can shade. I want you to shade. So take that 2 minutes. Look at the face too and how the head looks. You can see there's kind of like an angle to it, or like notches there where the nose kind of would be. So you got a little bit more time here. Maybe I've done one at an airport where the guy was sleeping and he had no idea I was drawing him, which was great because I had like 15 minutes just to sketch this dude. And then he woke up and then he was looking at me and then I had to kind of look away and we had an awkward moment, but I didn't let him know what I was doing because I shaded or I covered my sketchbook. Yes, you never, exactly, Evie, you never know when someone could be drawing you. I remember there was this one time. All right, so how many of you have been to Disney World? I'd say a fair amount, right? Disney World. All right, so when I was a kid, when I was 14, they had the animation building there, and I wanted to be an animator. And they had a lunch area outside. And so I was sitting there one day outside the animation building because they had the tour that you could take. And I saw a guy sketching in his sketchbook and it looked awesome. And it was of this woman who was pushing a stroller. And so I looked over and I was just watching this guy draw for probably a good like 5 or 6 minutes. And then I turned a little bit and I noticed there were like 5 other guys drawing. and they were all sketching stuff. And I was blown away at what they could get down in a gesture drawing in just seconds. And then what they would do is they would go back to their drawing and they would
Time's
fill
up.
it. No way. Are you serious? That's what I get for talking too much and not paying attention. I didn't even get any shading down. All right. So for this one, we're going to go. I think we're going to do full figure, 2 minutes, full figure. And I'm going to give you 2 minutes to sketch. I got to go run and take care of something real quick. So 2 minutes on your mark. I want full figure, 2 minutes on your mark.
We can't see the hand. We can't see the hand.
Hold on. How about, there we go. On your mark,
All right.
get set, go. All right. We have 2 minutes. You've got that pose. It's the hand over the head. Let's see what I can get down in probably whatever 30 seconds we have left. All right. Remember basic shapes. Start off with basic shapes. And what's great about this figure is you can see proportionally where things are, like where the elbow bends is right around where the middle section is underneath the chest. So if you were drawing this as a real person, there might probably be clothes or something, and you could start to put in details there once you got your main part down. A co-host is Scott and myself are co-hosts, which means we have control of the class on the Zoom board to answer that question. Okay. And remember, if you can get some shading in. Okay. Scott, how we doing?
12 seconds.
12 seconds. Good night. I had some extra time. All right.
3 seconds.
3 seconds. Get it down.
That's it.
That's it. All right. So, not too bad, right? 2 minutes. You got a little bit more time. Feels a little bit more comfortable. Maybe the person is sitting there on a bench or something, or like that guy in the airport that I was drawing that was totally passed out. I've had people weirded out when I'm sketching because I only glance very quickly up from my sketchbook just to catch something, and then I'm back down drawing again. And people try to walk behind me to see what I'm doing. All right, so here's what we're going to do. All right, thank you, honey. All right, we're going to concentrate on, we have 5 minutes now. So if you ever take a life drawing class, right, this is what I have to do in life drawing, and I took semesters of this. And we would start out with those quick gesture drawings. We would warm up, and then we would get into our main poses. So today we've gone through our kind of warm-ups in this. We've done 15, we've done 30, we've done 2 minutes, and now we're going to do some 5-minute sketches. The most time I ever had to do a drawing was 2 hours, and the person had to sit for 2 hours and draw in class. All right, so I am going to start with Daffy Duck. All right, and this is from Robin Hood Daffy. It's a maquette. Here's what I want you guys to take into consideration, right? Start with your basic shapes. Just kind of get everything planned out. Then start to go in and add the details. Once you've got the details in, then start to work on the shading. So the character will be lit. And we're going to pull him into frame. Scott.
And Ben, Laya has her hand up.
Yes, Laya. Go ahead. Is she
I think her mic still isn't working.
Okay. All right. I'm going to get Daffy here into frame. All right. Can everybody, how does that look? Oh, look at that. Actually, you know what? I want to go from this pose. There we go. Okay, with a little side eye there. So this is our pose. Now, he's got hands at the sides. Laya, yeah, we're going to share our drawings, dear. At the end, I'm going to give everybody a shot to share their drawings. So I love this piece, right? He's got kind of that attitude pose, and this is what we're going to sketch. Now, what I want you to consider too is look at the lighting, right? So it's obviously the light's coming from this direction, so we have a little shading on the back end. Kind of look how it on the beak, in those areas right there, but start with getting your basic shapes down. All right, ready, set, go.
How long, Ben?
5 minutes, please.
5 minutes.
Yep, 5 minutes.
All right.
And actually, given the time, we're going to do 3 of these, and then I'm going to let everybody show their drawings. So I don't think we'll have enough time with that if we do 4. So remember basic shapes. You guys have, if you've taken this class before, you guys have done the Daffy Duck. We've done the how to draw Daffy. So we've got a little time. So again, just kind of plan out, map out your stuff, and then you can go in and add some detail. So anyway, back to my Disney story. So I wanted to be an animator, right? And Aladdin had just come out, and Aladdin, not this live action stuff. I'm not a fan of the live action for 2 reasons. One, I think it's not as, it's already been done. And 2, I'm sorry, I love Will Smith, but he can't replace Robin Williams for me as the genie. But that is also because I saw that when I was a kid. So anyway, if you like Aladdin, the live action, that's awesome. It's just not my bag of tea. So I'm watching these guys draw and sketch, and I am mesmerized by how fast they are getting everything down. And yes, cup of tea. It's not the 1993 Aladdin. That is definitely my cup of tea. So I was watching these guys draw and wanted to ask the question to them, how did they get so good? And of course, the answer was practice. That's all it is, practice. So, yes, Liliana and Heather Rose, to each their own on that. It is my favorite. I do have a signed, autographed Robin Williams Aladdin trading card because, again, my favorite movie. And actually, I'm going to get a production drawing that I just picked up from a guy who animated Iago, the parrot. The obnoxious parrot, and I will show you that, and I just got it like 2 weeks ago, so you guys can see an actual animation drawing from the film itself. I have to go get it framed, but I have not yet.
We're now at the halfway point.
We're already at the halfway point. All right, so look how fast it's going, even when we have 5 minutes. We only have 2.5 left, and I'm behind, so look at me. I'm gonna have to catch up. So I'm just getting my basic shapes down. We'll see how much time I have to put in some more detail. All right, there's that, there's that. So you're finding that as you have some more time to do, you're able to pick up on more things. And sometimes when I have more time, I make more mistakes, because I think I have more time than I actually do, and I'm not necessarily getting my proportions down as well as I could be. And again, it's all just practice. The more you practice, the better you get. Chuck Jones was very famous for saying you have 100,000 bad drawings in you, and I know most of you heard me say this. The faster you get them out, the better off you will be. And I have plenty of bad drawings left in me, so don't let that discourage you either. All right, as we're coming around here, you got adding some detail. Maybe you're able to get in some shading. Evie, don't worry about it. So to Evie's point, right? Don't be discouraged by that. The whole idea is practice. I've had to draw and learn how to draw his characters his way or how he does it so that I could do some stuff. And I still get things wrong as I'm trying to capture the essence of what these guys are. So do not be discouraged by that. The whole idea is to practice, especially if you're like, man, this isn't looking like how I want it to. And that is okay.
10 seconds.
How many?
10 seconds. Well, 6 seconds now.
Oh, man. All right.
That's it.
That's it. Okay, that's it. That is definitely not enough time. All right. Here we go. Whoop. Pull that guy off. All right, next character. Next character we're going to do is Porky. So I'm just going to show you what he looks like real quick. So we're going to do Porky, right, from Robin Hood Daffy, same film. So grab a new sheet of paper if you can. We're going to pose this guy. The beauty about Porky is if you look at all his basic shapes, right, we've got a lot of circles and stuff to play with, and that way you can kind of get your anatomy down, your proportions, by getting those circles down. So are you ready? Let's see where the Porkster sits. Right there. We're going to give him a little bit of an angle. Look at the fingers and everything on your mark. Get set, go. You've got 5 minutes. And then at the end of our next figure, I'll show you that production drawing from Aladdin.
The base is cut off a little. Is that okay?
Yep, because we only want where the bottom of his robe is. So we're just going to the bottom of the robe. You do not have to do the stand that he is on.
I remember Tater Tot's emo Roadrunner.
I do. Oh, wait, did he mention that? Yes, I do like his emo Roadrunner.
Evie was asking about that.
Yes.
That was very cool.
So if you are new to our Chuck Jones classes, we have been doing this since March, believe it or not. Since March. That's, you know, I find that hard to believe sometimes. And I have been blessed to have quite a few of you since late March, early April, which is awesome. So this
actually
is what
for anyone that's keeping track, this is class number 130.
130. Can you believe we've done 130 classes? That's nuts. And Scott has done them all, which is why we celebrate Scott. All right, so get those basic shapes down. But anyway, for Chuck Jones classes, this is the first time we're doing an entire themed month. And that all the teachers, Lee, Rhiannon, and myself, are teaching along the same thing. Mike Funt is going to join us in the clown school stuff this month, which I'm very excited for because that guy does an awesome job. And then next month, I think Liliana and Heather Rose will find this somewhat appealing. We are going Inktober in our theme month. And I do Inktober every year. I've been doing it for the past 5 years. So I'm kind of stoked to do that for our actual theme month. And we will have an additional new teacher added to the list, which is kind of cool. To remind you also, at the end of this month, because we're doing our programming a little bit differently now, the end of this month is comic book camp, where we're taking all the skills that we've been working on this entire time, and we are collaborating. All of us are collaborating to make one complete comic book from start to finish in 1 week. That's insane. And then when we're done with it, we will be publishing that comic and shipping it out to every single person who signs up. That one is a paid class because we're doing 3 weeks of paid classes now and then one camp. So we're super excited about that because That'll be like everyone, you're all going to get a page to illustrate out of the same story, which is kind of awesome. All right. Scott, please tell me we have 4 minutes left.
We have 1 minute and 29 seconds.
1 minute and 29 seconds. Scott, I need you to buy me some more time. Can I bribe you to put another 3 minutes back on the clock? That would be a laughter that means no. That laugh means no.
We now have 1 minute, 3 seconds.
1 minute and 3 seconds. Okay. All right, 1 minute and 3 seconds. Get down whatever you can. I've got. Man, I'm sucking at this one. This one's not going well. All right, get down whatever you can. We've got probably no time.
35.
35 seconds left. If you're working on some details, you can grab in some shading. All right. I'm not even going to ask you what time it is. I'm just going to let you surprise me and say it's done. My Porky did not turn out so well. That's it. All right. Done. This goes by pretty fast. It's already 5:17. That's ridiculous. So that's a lot of gesture drawing to get down. But do you see, the more you do of this, the better you get, the faster you will be able to draw. And the whole idea is to continue to improve our skills. So I'm going to let you pick Bugs Bunny from What's Opera Doc, where he's dressed up like Brunhilde, or Elmer Fudd in his pith helmet from What's Opera Doc. I just want to see a raise of hands in the screen. You don't even have to put anything in the chat. All those in favor of Bugs Bunny, raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You win. Okay. Here we go. So, Bugs as Brunhilde, right? From the all-time #1 animated, considered the best animated short of all time. So we're going to do Bugs. Now, he's very expressive in this with his arms. So remember when we were doing the mannequin, the little model, right? We had hands behind the head and stuff like that. Bugs has a very expressive gesture. So you have 5 minutes to get this down. Ready? On your mark. Get set. Let's go that way and go. Look at that. The hand wrapping around the head. Again, do not be discouraged. Just get the lines down. My Porky was quite terrible. So I'm sure you all did better than I did. Get your basic shapes. So get those basic shapes in first. And remember, if you have like a lot of, we'll get comments sometimes like, well, but there's all these sketchy lines. It's not a big deal because you're going to go over and you're going to pick your final lines later. The nice thing about this is we've got time. So as we're kind of getting our shapes and stuff down, we've got some time to go back later and clean that up. So we had a Chuck Jones creative side chat. So for all of you, those of you who are interested in like animation and some like original guys who worked especially on Chuck's animation crew, there's only 2 left that are still alive. I've been able to interview both of them for some creative side chats that we've done for Chuck Jones, which has been very cool, including Willie Ito, who is a super awesome dude. And that guy worked in Chuck's unit. And you worked on this film. All right, so you get your basic shapes down. The Joys of Gesture is a song that will be written by Tater Tot, performed by Tater Tot, and pantomimed by Sophie, with drums by Evie and costumes by Liliana and Heather Rose. Did you know that? Oh, come on now. Look at that, they're all shocked. You didn't know that was part? I'm not asking for it today, I'm just saying it's part of it. But Tater Tot, you did so great on the Lotta Scottaday musical accompaniment that I figured it was probably right up your alley. All right, so animators still would get maquettes. So they would look like this, and they would be a representation of the character in a pose, and they could turn that character how they needed to, and to kind of get a three-dimensional view of what the character looked like, even if it wasn't the exact pose. It doesn't matter about the pose that they were drawing. They just needed to get a good idea of how that character looked. All right, Tater Tot, I will take some of the work, and I will help you out on the main chorus. How about that? I will help Tater Tot write the main chorus for whatever it is I just said that now I don't remember what it is. All right. So you've got, Scott, how much time do we have left?
108.
Good night, man. 108. All right. It's a very dramatic pose from Bugs. I just figured that Tater Tot would want to write the music because he was so good at it. I was just assuming. Liliana and Heather Rose doing the costuming. Sophie can design the album cover along with the touring t-shirt, because we should have a tour t-shirt to go with this. And Lorenzo will be our bodyguard man, who is responsible for security at the event when we do go live. Him and his number 12, who's now a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. But you can't be sad about that, Lorenzo. It's okay.
That's it.
That's it. All right. So, how did we do? Not bad, right? Kind of getting those things down. Did people how many of you, raise of hands on the raise of hands, how many of you found that to be slightly frustrating? I will raise my hand because I found that to be slightly frustrating, right? Here's the awesome thing about that. It's okay. It's supposed to be frustrating a bit, right? Because it's that whole idea of working out. So top athletes don't just get to where they are and stay where they are by doing it once or doing it twice, and maybe it's once a week or, you know, intermittent down the road. It's that practice, practice, practice. And I'm telling you, as a fundamental to anything that you want to do in cartooning, drawing, period, right? Getting down these fundamentals and gesturing is a big deal. And it'll be frustrating, but the more you do, the better you're going to get. So let's go around the table, because I'm going to go get my Aladdin drawing. I would love to see some people's, whatever your best one was that you thought. So let's start with Nathaniel. Let's go to Nathaniel. Nathaniel, all right, buddy, let's see it.
There? Okay. So I liked 3 of the ones that I made of the figurines of the Looney Tunes.
Look at you, man. You got that down quick.
Oops, sorry.
I love it. You got shading in. Excellent job, sir. Let's see that third one. Yes. It is a sassy pose. That's awesome. Nathaniel, man, I'm impressed. Way to go, buddy.
Yeah, those are the three that I liked.
I dig it. You did
Yeah,
it.
all of the other ones are a mess. They're a mess.
Hey, you know what? I have a whole bunch of messes myself, so you're okay. You're in good company.
Well, they're not bad. They look really messy.
He's like,
Some
no.
of them I do like. I do like some of them.
That's good. All right, so let's go to Tater Tot. Has his hand raised. Wait. All right, are you unmuted?
Yeah.
Sweet. Look at what you did, and that was fast, man.
Thank you.
How does it feel?
Like art?
It should. You did a great job. It's not easy, man. And I think you captured the figures, especially doing three-dimensional figures. It's one thing to do a gesture of a two-dimensional drawing. To do it of an actual three-dimensional figure like this, it's totally different. You did a great job. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right. We've got hands raised. Scott, where are we going next?
Here's Olivia.
Olivia.
This is my best one.
What?
I can't draw that well because I'm still learning.
Hey, dude, I want to see that one more time. The whole point of learning. Look at how good you did. The hand above the head. Yes. Olivia, you need to give yourself, I'm going to give you a high five. Just high five the screen. There you go. Boom. That's to Olivia.
Thank you.
Dude, you're welcome. All right, Scott, where to next?
Liliana and Heather Rose.
Liliana and Heather Rose. Ladies. All right. Heather Rose up first. Look at that. Love the pose. Man, you got a lot on one page. Love the Daffy. Love the Porky. Fantastic on Brunhilde Bugs. And you got the mannequin with the shapes in. That's impressive. Way to go, dude. Yes. I love it. Look at the poses. Well done. Liliana, nice job. Ladies, well done. I'm impressed. All right. Where are we going to next, Scott?
Next up is Laya.
Laya.
And then Kira after Laya.
All right, Laya. Go ahead and let's see what yours. Look at that. Great torso. Love the full figure. The Daffy looks awesome. Well done. Ooh, and we got Porky and Bugs. It's not easy to do, is it? But you did a great job. And you ended up doing her braid. I forgot her braid. Well done.
Next up is Kira.
Kira. What's up, man? How you doing? Oh, look at that. Yes.
I did that one.
Great job on getting those general shapes down for your character. Love the pose. There you go. Hand down. Love it. Nice job, Kira. Very good.
Thank you.
You are welcome. All right. So I'm going to show you, if you want to, and put your digital hand up or pop it in the chat and we'll go to you. But I'm going to show you an Aladdin, an original production drawing from Aladdin. So, we're talking about all these gesture drawings, right? And, how does it, what does an act, what does a thing do? What does it look like when you do a pose or something like that? How does that translate into animation? Well, here is frame number 37. And it's where Iago is sitting on Jafar's shoulders. And the Sultan has just stuffed him full of crackers again. And he's really angry about it. And he's like, the next time I'm going to stuff you full of crackers. And he goes, bam, pow, right? Well, this is the bam. So, Scott, if you can go overhead.
Actually, I think we lost your camera.
Hold on. How about?
Oh, there it is.
There it is. It gave me a low power mode. There you go. So this is an original production drawing. So Tony Bancroft drew this. This was part of his thing. Here's Iago. He's sitting on Jafar's shoulders. And here's the animation breakdown. So you have frames 37 to 43. This is number 37 and starts it off. And then you've got the number down here. And this is 16F. So what I have here is 12F, which is 12 inches. This is 16, so 16-inch paper. And they would go back and forth and just flip like so as they were doing their drawings. that's pretty awesome. I love this piece. I have to go get it framed. So back to me, Scott. That's my little tidbit of Aladdin. All right, so apparently I'm down to 37% also on my laptop and 2% on my phone. So here's what I want to do. Up next tomorrow is we've got Naylene doing character design. And there's a whole lot that goes into that. It's following the comic book characters in the story that we were doing last week. So we're going to carry that forward. Today was about setting that up with posing. Tomorrow you're going to turn those kind of action poses into character design and attitude. And then Naylene is going to do storyboarding, right? Creating sort of storyboarding, I believe. No, I'm sorry, color and shading. She's going to do color and shading on Thursday. So we're going to take those character designs and then you're going to shade and color those. And colors mean things. So it depends on the personality of your character and what colors work the best. So on that note, I have thoroughly enjoyed seeing all of you guys. Thank you so much for popping in today. We have 2 more days of classes this week, and then we will carry on for next week as we have some more exciting things. Keep drawing, even if it sucks. Just keep drawing. I'll show you my Porky here just to prove, right? 100,000 bad drawings. I've got 3 bad drawings in here. So that's my Porky. That's terrible. That's my Daffy Duck, kind of off proportion. And I'm sorry to say that's my Bugs Bunny, right? So didn't quite get it down. The nose looks like somebody got punched in the face. Judy, you are most welcome. So there you go. Back to me, Scott. Those are my crappy drawings for today. Look at that. It can happen to everyone. But just
And actually, there's one more I wanted to share. Josh Jones is on screen here.
Yes, Josh Jones. Look at that, Josh. Nice job, man. I love the fact that you have yoinks and away going on your other screen. I love the poses. You got the great job with the hand behind the head on Bugs. The fingers on Porky, not that easy. You got that down. And love the perspective of Daffy's beak. Well, way to go, man. All right, guys, keep drawing. Lorenzo, it's okay, dude. I guarantee your Porky looks better than mine. Keep drawing. Have a great week, and I will see you guys next week. Later, dudes.
Bye.
Bye.